Okay, so mahal mo pala yung tanan. Good afternoon. Okay, okay. My name is Kamar. I'm representative of Gwatch Leyte site. And today, to begin our program, we call on the Provincial Director of DILG Southern Leyte, Sir Dagyaw, for his welcome message. Can we have a very well round of applause, sir?
Hi everyone, maayong adlaw sa atong mga kasinatian sa Dagyaw. Malipayon kaayo kung may kanabi namo karong adlaw o ipaambit kaninyo ang importante nga papel sa civil society organization sa pagpalambo sa atong kahiusan o kaswagan sa atong nasod. Sa atong team nga fostering multi-sectoral convergence through social accountability, atong gipakusigan ang atong tinguha nga magkahiusa kita nga tanan sa pagsiguro sa kaayuhan sa atong nasod pinaagi sa pagpadayon sa atong mga panagtigom dinhi sa Dagyaw. Ang mga civil society organization partners usad ako kaayo nga bahin niinik tungod kay kini naghatag og pagkakataon pagkakataon sa kanila nga mahimo silang kauban sa pagbuhat, pagkumbinse, o pagpalig-on sa mga tinguha sa kagamhanan alang sa maayong pamamahala sa atong nasod. Sa atong panagtapok karong adlaw, atong i-highlight ang importante nga role sa mga CSO when it comes to disaster preparedness o ang kaandam nato sa panahon sa disaster o kalamidad. Gone are those days ng atong safety isalig nato sa gobyerno alone or even sa mga nailhan naton nga rescuers, especially on worst case scenarios. On today's development where we can utilize the media, the advanced technology, and the wide availability of information, wala natin excuse to be on the blind side of things. Hence, the civil society organizations being the extended arm of the government and the society, we are expected to be empowered enough to also empower our own community. Lalong-lalo na kita diri sa Southern Leyte nga agianan ta sa mga low pressures and bagyo. In fact, we have the recent audit for an experience. On that note, ako kamo giawag to make the best out of our activity today. Learn as much as you can and throw questions as much as you can. Grab this opportunity that we have with us, the experts on the subject matter. Kamo ang maoy mga boses sa katawhan ug dako kaayo ang inyong papel sa paghatag og suporta sa atong gobyerno. Dako kaayo ang kaygayunan nga mabag-o nato ang atong nasod pinaagi sa inyong aktibong pag-ambit sa mga hagit o pagsuporta sa mga programa sa atong kagamanan. Padayon ta nga magtinabangay alang sa kayuhan sa atong nasod. Let's all work together for Southern Leyte as one Southern Leyte family. Salamat sa inyong pagtagong sa Dagyaw.
Okay, daghang salamat Danilo Lagitan for welcoming us. And before we proceed with the overview and house rules of the discussion this afternoon, may we recognize the people who are here with us in the DILG Southern Leyte office. We have the People's Council Chairman of Southern Leyte, Sir Jonas Mako. Can we give him a hand, please, virtually? We also have here the Associated Media of Southern Leyte President, Sir Jade Nombrado. Thank you, sir. And we also have here PIA Info Manager for Southern Leyte, Sir Bong Pedalino. Radio Pilipinas, Dagyaw. SLSU Maasin Student Representative, Menjeli Marie Sasa. And of course, Ma'am Corazon Galdo from CSO Desk Office of the Province of Southern Leyte. And of course, we also would like to recognize the RMOs of different municipalities in Southern Leyte and other representatives from CSOs, TOs, and NGOs within the province who are here with us this afternoon. So for the overview, for those who do not know, what is Dagyaw? So Dagyaw, which is derived from a Hiligaynon term, means bayanihan. So it provides a forum for communication between diverse sectors of society as well as the government. So this was inaugurated in 2018, which endured numerous obstacles, especially during the pandemic, and remains a highly recognized forum for citizen discourse. Co-creation is central to Dagyaw, and the CSO partners are brought in as co-equal partners in the planning, implementation, and evaluation of the town hall. So this year, Dagyaw shall have the theme Fostering Multi-Sectoral Convergence through Social Accountability. Now, Government Watch published a book in 2012. It defined social accountability as an approach to building public accountability that is based on civic engagement. It also refers to the processes and initiatives that are taken on by citizens and or organizations from civil society that participate directly or indirectly in exacting accountability. So the new administration in the province can outline its objectives and priorities for the coming months and years through this town hall. So doing so successfully builds citizen trust and ensures them that the new government can handle any issue. So the Dagyaws will allow the department to reestablish and enhance its development sector partnerships. Dagyaw 2022 or now 2023 aims to create trust between the government and the Filipino people by providing a safe, neutral forum for government and non-government parties to discuss national and local issues. So this helps nationalize social accountability. Specifically, Dagyaw aims to one, provide a venue for citizens, especially Southern News, to learn more about the new administration's plans, programs, and priorities for the next few months and years. To empower CSOs nationwide, even region or province-wide by encouraging to involve or engage in co-creation process of Dagyaw and expand the roster of development sector partners of the department. Also, the program Dagyaw should also make outputs of these dialogues as key references for the government in public decision making and in shaping and updating government policies that can lead to better public sector performance and participatory governance. So for the house rules, especially for those attendees online, one is please mute your microphone when you are not speaking or you are not allowed to speak. Then be mindful of background noise or possible background noise and distractions around you as much as possible. Another is please adjust your camera and lighting so we can see your beautiful faces well. Please add a profile photo to your Zoom account if you will not be opening your cameras. So we can still see your face even if your cameras are turned off. And lastly, when you have questions, clarifications, or inputs, you may ask those questions later. So you may encode it in the chat box, may chat box it up. Or if you wish to speak, please wait for our signal to call you before you must deliver your question, your inputs, or your clarification. So for the town hall reports, our reporters this afternoon will present brief reports on the province's current disaster risk reduction management situation and various engagements of civil society organizations in DILG and the province of Southern Leyte. So without further ado, may we call on our speaker, who is the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Officer of the province of Southern Leyte. Please help me welcome Dr. Danilo Atienza. Sir?
Thank you very much and good afternoon to everyone. Do you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And my respect to our provincial director, Sir Danilo Lakitan, have the same name with me. The staff of the DILG province of Southern Leyte, and to all our partners, the civil society organizations, to all the presenters, the representatives from the different LGUs, and my colleagues working on disaster reduction management. Again, a pleasant afternoon. I would like to share you some of the features, situationer of disaster reduction management in the province of Southern Leyte. May I please allow me to share my screen?
Sir Dan, maybe his internet connection is poor, so we will wait for this minute so he can come back and present his input for this afternoon. Okay, I guess Sir Danilo is still looking for chances that he may be able to come back due to poor internet connection. So sir, we'll get back to you later. We proceed with our next speaker from CBDRRM and all of civil society organizations to share that with us this afternoon. May we call in Ma'am Sheila Javier. Ma'am? Okay. So I'm sorry, it's not Ma'am Sheila Javier. We have Maria Cristina Chu to share it with us. Ma'am?
Hello, good afternoon. Okay na po. Klaro na
we
po.
have-
Okay,
Yes.
sige sir. For a while ha, share ako presentation. Share. Okay na prepare. Okay. So before anything else, greetings to all the people in front. Good afternoon to our Provincial Director, Sir Danny Lagitan, to our Provincial Program Manager, Sir Janelle Anivesa, and the rest of you who are with us in this Zoom meeting. Again, good afternoon. Okay, so my presentation is more on. Hello. Okay, okay na ko? Muna mag-lining feedback.
We can hear you.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay na off na ang mic no sa ubang participants. So sige, let me start no with my presentation. So it's all about Listo Nikap. Okay, so before anything else, this meeting is more on the involvement of the CSOs on disaster preparedness. So we would like to share with you mga important things no the CSOs will do in cases na dunay disaster or before disaster and after disaster. Okay, so first is we need to know what is Listo Sikap kauban ang CSOs. So it is a checklist of preparatory and necessary measures aligned with Operation Listo for LGUs and disaster minimum standard. No, so nag-assume kong majority of us already have background on what is Listo. Okay, so to further discuss what is Listo, Operation Listo is a nationwide movement aimed to inform every Filipino the importance of preparedness with the help of the civil society organization. So, gi-highlight din ang importance sa tabang sa civil society organization no in disaster preparedness. That is why we encourage you to listen and coordinate with all the stakeholders sa panahon nga gikinahanglan mo, especially during, before, and after disaster. Okay. The objectives of CSO's involvements are: one is assist barangays in formulating disaster preparedness. Later on, ako ni Sijang i-discuss on details. Another one is help determine the community's disaster readiness. Next is help identify what to do to meet the minimum level of preparedness. Another one is serve as partner in responding to disasters. Help determine the needed assistance from the city and municipalities, and assist in identifying capacity needs related to DRRM. Okay. So, o maingon galing ka og assist barangays in formulating disaster preparedness, we need the cooperation and involvement of the CSOs during the preparation of the plan. And also to know how the community's status with regards to disaster readiness and what to do, okay, and other things. So the components of the projects are, one is pre-hazards and the other one is imminent hazards. Under pre-hazards, the actions for early preparation done during peacetime. So the following composed of, one is create structures and systems, institutionalize policies and plans, build competencies, equipped with hardwares and supplies. And for imminent hazards, actions for critical preparation for typhoons in support to mayors using LISTO protocols. And this is divided into 3 time frames: upon alert, during, and after. So for pre-hazard or early preparedness, there are 4 general actions. One is to create structures and systems. So, assume po ko nga majority of us already know the composition of the BDRRMC, in which this organization is led by our punong barangay, and the members are the Saguniang Barangay members, SK Chairman, then Barangay Secretary, Treasurers, Public School Principal or Representative, all Barangay Tanods, daycare workers, nutrition scholar, BHW, and CSOs. And the CSOs nga akong gikinahanglan sa maong organization are the following: 2 CSOs representing the vulnerable group, is either from senior citizen, PWD, women, pregnant and lactating mothers, and youth. So duha ka CSOs coming from this group, no? Vulnerable group. Another one is livelihood sector. So gikan sa farmers, fisher folks, business, cooperatives, and informal workers. And another one, to make it 4, faith-based organization. So, ug asa mo nga mga CSOs na belong, we encourage you to be involved in this program. Another action is institutionalize policies and plan. We need to help implement the systems and plans in place. So, kung mayon galing ta og institutionalized policies and plans, we need to be on lugar and to implement what is really stated in the plan. So we discourage to murakitahay o deviate whatever is not included in the plan para ini-assess na to puhon pagtan-aw na to sa plano atong tan-awon kung ang tanan ba dihang mga PPAs na implement ba, and we can also evaluate unsa poy hinungdan nganong wa ma-implement ang naa sa mga plano o mga palisiya. Another one is build competencies. Help build competencies of the created structures through various trainings, equipped with hardwares and supplies. Okay. For the details of this, the following are the structures and systems. Okay. So sa akong nagikaingon, BDRRMC should be organized, reorganized. It should be kinahanglan functional sila, not only the BDRRMC but also the ICS, the Incident Command System, and the Barangay Emergency Response Team. Okay, CSO, kinahanglan nga mo help in the barangay in the conduct of risk assessment. So, during the conduct of SIDRA, the vulnerability assessment in the municipality, the data gikan sa barangay, and we hope that those CSOs are familiar with that assessment. Okay. Another one is presence of baseline data. We need to have the baseline data, especially the data in which the barangay is at risk. Example, baseline data on population, baseline data on infrastructures, communication, and others. Another one is local risk map. We should know, asan the PITA, sa barangay ang maingon nato og high risk area. Formulation of the plans, you are encouraged to participate in the formulation of your DRRM plans. Okay, establishment of OPSEN and designate PIO. Then guide for the family preparedness and response. Then tanaw na to balik unsay sud sa RA 10121, which is the act of strengthening the Philippine disaster risk reduction and management system, so that when we are familiar on that law, sayo na nato kaayo pag-implement sa mga angay buluhaton nato, no, as member or kauban sa maong organization. We should know also and help the barangay to understand what is in the BDRRM fund, no. Kay bawta nga 5%, no, from the regular source of the barangay is intended for BDRRM funds, and 30% of that is intended for the quick response fund. For the policies and plans, the CSOs can help the barangay in strengthening the structures and personnel. Another one is there should be an officer at the OPSEN. Then emergency hotlines, kinahanglan iposte na sila para in kasog dunay mga panghitabo na ay dali-dali natong makontak. Then disaster-related signages, markers, and directional signs. We should help, no, the CSOs if ever the barangay murag limited ang funds. We encourage the CSOs to help put signages and markers and directional signs. Then the conduct of drills also, you are also encouraged. The CSOs are encouraged to participate during the conduct of drills, okay? And also to disseminate of disaster-related information. Kay sa kadaghan po sa trabahoon sa barangay, murag di na po nila makos. Therefore, we encourage the CSOs to help the barangay in disseminating disaster-related information, especially kanabitong regarding the kanang early warning system. We also encourage you to help. Then establish partnership. Then for competencies, okay, training of barangay officials on CBDRRM. So during the training of this program, we encourage you to participate and be involved, no, during the training so that you can help in formulating the plan. Another one in the conduct of hazard and risk assessment so that you can also help in assessing the area and identifying the area o asa tong pinaka high risk area. Then early warning system. Then formulating of local climate change plan or LCCAP. Then search and rescue. You are encouraged to participate on this training. Basic life support and first aid. Then rapid disaster need assessment. And for the orientation, you are also encouraged to be involved in Operation Listo, Basic Incident Command System, Camp Management, Management of the Dead and Missing. So for the information sa ning attend karon, our office in coordination with our Provincial Disaster Risk and Management Office under the leadership of Sir Danny Atienza will be conducting MDM training on the second week or third week of April. Okay. So I hope nga kung invited mo, please attend. Okay? So for the orientation of the community on CBDRR, family guide on disaster preparedness, family communication plan, early warning system, evacuation plan, risk communication, climate change, and conduct of fields. So you are encouraged to attend and be involved on these trainings. For the equipment and supplies, if you have maingon nato og enough or extra resources, you can help the barangay, no, having this kind of equipment and supplies like generator set, alternative source of energy, flashlight with batteries, vehicles, communication equipment, sirens, warning devices, first aid kit, water rescue kit, extraction kit, personal protective equipment, compass, mobile kitchen, ladder, rope, searchlight, water purifying machine, and hand tools. Since the barangay has a limited funds, the CSOs are encouraged to contribute and extend their help, no, and securing this equipment and supplies. Okay. Then for evacuation centers facilities, okay, priority area for PWD, pregnant women, and elderly, kinahanglan siya nga doon na kadining lugar for these vulnerable people in our evacuation center. There should be a separate toilets for male and female, child and women friendly spaces. There should be an open spaces, a couples and conjugal room, space for livestock, okay, community kitchen, health facilities, breastfeeding station, waste disposal, storage area, water, sanitation, hygiene, security post, mobile communication system, and laundry space. Majority of our barangays, no, nakita na to nga ilang evacuation centers or facilities are not that maingon natong equipped with this kanang mga areas in the established na to or identified evacuation center. If the CSOs are maingon nato og naapay enough or extra na makatabang sa barangay to establish this kind of facilities nga maingon ka natong functional, we are so much welcome. And for the CSOs na kind enough to accommodate maingon nato og mga evacuees during disasters, please try to coordinate with the barangay officials and something like commit no sa mga maingon natong mga tao nga maapektuhan at i-accommodate sila during the time nga for example nga guba ang ilang bahay, for the time being wa pa sila kapuy-an, we can also extend our help and accommodate them if we have maingon nato o enough resources for that purpose. Okay. Then magisgo tag what is e-baldi? This is e-baldi usually are maingon nato og encourage in preparation of sa disaster kay majority of us kung dili nato sila i-prepare during disaster lagi mga raffle naman no and not even a single maingon nato og clothing ang mada. So in preparation no to be prepared before a disaster, this e-baldi should be maingon nato og naana no naana madali na nato mabitbit. So what is the maingon nato og sud sa maong e-baldi? So we are the following are enumerated to be included in that ingon nato og baldi or pail. Okay. One is food and water, good for 4 days. Then first aid kit, matchstick, candle, flashlight, radio, undergarments, garbage bag, need of children and women, and malong or blanket. Okay. For mas specific, so unsa man jud gikinahanglan nato nga mga pagkaon nga dadon. So para makuha na to for 4 days, we need to have dilata or ready to eat foods. So kung kaya na to, magdata o 3 ka galon nga tubig. Okay, for the medical or first aid kit, kinahanglan natong mga tambal para sa ubo, tilanat, sipon o uban pa. Okay, hygiene kit, katong sabon, shampoo, o dunay alcohol, toothbrush, toothpaste, sanitary pads, deodorant, and condoms. Okay. For the documents, we need to kanang dadon na to, no, nga og mahimo iso na to og plastic or sa uban pa nga mga kagamitan nga waterproof, no, nga butangan. So like the birth, marriage, and death certificate, then title of your yuta, ATM cards, passbook, ID, passport, o uban pa nga importante ka sa mga kagamitan or dokumento. Okay? Sa mga sanina, no, or kasuotan, you are encouraged to bring also kaputi, boots, no, mga tsinelas, extra nga clothing, then hard hat or helmet, then malong. Okay, so kung na gadget, bring along with you cell phones, radio, or extra battery or power bank. So and others like flashlight, okay, papel at ball pen, posporo, no, whistles, or most importantly, ang porta. Okay, so those are the things nga angayan natong ibutang sa e-baldi, and imo nato nga that baldi is always ready, no, nga sayon na nato mabitbit in kaso gikinahanglan na nato nga abitbiton. Okay, so for the imminent hazard or critical preparations, so quick guide, our first is typhoon. When typhoon enters PAR, then DOST and NDRRMC identifies affected LGUs. DOST and DRRMC communicate state of LGUs to DILG, then DILG transmit information to LGUs. Okay, so when the mayor undertakes preparedness actions based on list two manuals and convene LDRRMC, when Liga President communicates state of LGUs to the barangay, and when punong barangay undertake actions based on list two ni CAP checklist under critical preparations. Okay. So, mo ni ang mga actions nga ngay buhaton upon alert. Okay? One is to convene the BDRRMC. Okay, so ato silang tawagon nag-meeting and ato silang pahibawon o unsa nay recent nga condition with regards to, for example, na ay bagyo. Then ato nang tan-awon kung pila ka katawo ang maapektuhan anang maingon nato og umaabot nga kalamidad or nay umaabot nga bagyo. Okay. So pila ka mga tao no atong i-estimate the number of affected families na angay natong i-evacuate. Then prepare the list of landslide and flood prone areas. Okay, then ensure some standby supplies, equipment and relief goods. Then i-check na to ang functionality of equipment and rescue vehicles. Other one is i-alert na to ang search and rescue team. Then prepare the evacuation center. No? Kinahanglan prepared na ni siya na nandito ang atong mga kuandaan ang ayan gamiton in kaso ang maong center magamit na. Then another one, issue alerts and warning to the communities. Okay, so make sure nga ang atong early warning system nasabtan na sa atong mga kaubanan sa barangay. Like for example, kung magamit ta og mga karabitang siren, so naama po na si day murag ato-ato ra nga pamaagi to make the community aware no nga unsa na status sa maingon nato og anak nga panghitabo. So we need to have a common understanding with regards to the mga warning systems. Another one is coordinate with the office of the mayor for class suspension. Okay, so naa naman ta ani mora o standard no nga kanang understanding nga kung ingon nagaling og signal number 1, signal number 2, signal number 3, mura og automatic na siya nga i-suspend ang maong klase. So we need to know and be aware ana nga mga signal aron kung unsa ang maingon nato og level sa mga sa anak kanang kuan sa inyong mga anak grade kasabot na mo nga i-suspend ka dyan ng klase kung kanang mag-signal number 1 na ba, number 2, number 3, and patas pa. Okay, another one is assign designated officer to identify evacuation center. So, mao na po niya kung ingon ganina nga for those CSOs nga na ay enough space sa ilang bay o maka-accommodate po sila o mga tao nga di na or maingon nato nga layo ra pud sa evacuation center mas ma-adjust siya. Okay, so more something like mo identify na ta og mga probable nga mga affected families nga atong sagupon during na ay mahitabo. Okay, so nanatay designated kadaganan. So ato na nang i-assign ng mga tawanan o asa sila dapit mudagan aside from ato sila sa evacuation center. Then assign barangay tanod to ensure security. Then conduct patrol within the barangay. So the following are the actions nga buhaton during typhoons. Okay, i-deploy ang atong search and rescue team and our barangay emergency response team to assist in search and rescue operations. So, naiingon na to nga we cannot give what we don't have. So, we need to capacitate anidaan nga mga teams so that ready na po sila mo assist during the search and rescue operations. Another one is enlist additional volunteers, then secure power, water supply, and communication with the OPSEN. Okay, prepare the list of evacuees. So, mo na yung ganina, doon na natay inventory kung kinsay probable na maapektuhan sa umabot ng mga kalamidad, no? Not only typhoon, but also po siguro sa uban po. Kasi in case kasabot na to sa mga high-risk area on landslide o flooding. So, kanang ato na po na silang kinahanglan mahibaw andaan o kisa ng mga tawhan nga most kadyo nga mapektuhan ana nga mga kalamidad. Another one is advise public to stay indoors para ma-secure sila, labi na kung kusog kayo ang bagyo, okay, mas safer kung naras lasod. Alert community on the directives of the MDRRMOs for possible evacuation, then assist in traffic management, then conduct clearing operations within affected roads for faster delivery of services, then assist the MSWDO on the distribution of relief goods in evacuation centers. Then actions after typhoon. One is to continue to assist the municipal rescue team. Another one is coordinate with the LDRRMO on the advisory to return the communities. Then procure additional goods if necessary. And then assist the municipal engineering office in clearing operations. Then conduct ocular inspection for post-disaster needs assessment. Then ensure peace and order in the barangay. Okay. So that's all for Operation Listo. Okay. So if you have question, you can raise it now, or you can also put it in our chat box so that we can answer it later on. Okay. Again,
Okay,
thank you. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you so much, Ma'am Maria Cristina Chu. Questions will be entertained later, ma'am. So
Yes, sir,
please
pwede.
prepare that lang for later. So thank you very much again, Ma'am Maria Cristina Chu,
Okay,
for
thank
that inputs.
Thank you, sir.
Now may we call in? Yes, may we call in the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Officer of the Province of Southern Leyte, Dr. Danilo Atienza, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Can you please allow me to share my screen?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Still disabled.
we are working with our technical team, sir, to allow you to share your screen. In a moment, please. Ma'am, pwede niyo pag-
Can you now see my screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Okay na ka. Sir Dan.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Very low internet connectivity here in Borongan, Samar. I'm actually having a training on incident command system. And of course, I cannot say no to my family, the DILG, and of course, our stakeholders around. Okay, so I will be presenting here on the situation here in terms of disaster reduction management in the province of Southern Leyte. So based on United Nations Global Report, I will start from the situation in the Philippines. We rank as third most disaster-prone countries in the world. We are frequented by 22 typhoons that enter into Philippine area of responsibility every year, an average of 22, and 5 of these are very much destructive. The very recent typhoon was Typhoon Odette that made a landfall in southern Leyte last December 16 on 2021. And it cost the lives of 19 southern Leyteños. And we have 300 volcanoes, and 24 are very much active. 2021 Climate Change Vulnerability Index ranked Philippines as the 17th out of 170 countries to be the most high risk from climate change impact in the next 10 years. So that's how vulnerable our country. And we are vulnerable to tropical cyclones, the natural hazards, typhoon and hurricane, earthquake, volcanic eruption, flood, landslide, tsunami, and drought. And for another hazards about environmental degradation, bush fire and domestic fire, civil conflict, and sea mishap. So those are the hazards that our country is prone of. Our country is also occupies the western ring of the Pacific Ocean, the western segment of the Pacific Ring of Fire. This is the earthquake generators or the faults. This is the most active part of our Earth that is characterized by an ocean encircling belt of active volcanoes and earthquake generators. That's what I have mentioned, the fault lines. If you could see that circle red color, that's the actually the location of the Philippine Trench in which this red color is located in, and the Philippine is along that Philippine Pacific Ring of Fire. These are the trenches actually. When we talk about the trenches, these are the active earthquake generators along our coastline. And we also have the faults on the land area. And this is actually the fault map in the Philippines. And again, as I have mentioned, we have more than 300 volcanoes and 24 are active in our country. One of the most damaging volcanic eruption was Mount Pinatubo in June 1991, and it cost the lives of 800 deaths with 10.6 billion damage, estimated damage. If you are familiar with this picture, this is our very own San Juan Cabalian volcano, or Mount Cabalian as they call it. And it is classified by Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, as active with sulfuric activity. Radiocarbon dating on a pyroclastic flow deposit from the volcano estimated that last major eruption was in 1820. And Blahar flows and huge destruction. There was also this earthquake in northern Luzon, in Dagyaw, that also caused deaths and massive destruction to infra and properties and agricultural damages. We actually experience 2.4 earthquakes every day, but we cannot feel it because of its small intensity, and have an average of 887 per year earthquakes happening. This is the typhoon vulnerability index map of the country, and you could see that Southern Leyte is more likely almost covered with red color. That means vulnerable to that typhoon. And this is the landslide vulnerability index map. You could see again, Southern Leyte is having the red color landslide prone areas. The most damaging landslide happened in Southern Leyte was in Ginsuagon in year 2005. It was February 17, that more than 1,000 people buried underground. This escalating disaster impact based from the study from many scientists caused, or it is because of the climate change or climate changes that we are experiencing nowadays. The Philippines also is #1 when it comes to different types of hazard. If you could see this bar graph, the most highest number of disasters happening in the country is related to hydrological disaster. This typhoon and flooding. And you could see this slide. It's about climate change. What is it all about? It is a statistical significant variation and either the mean state of the climate or change, and there are only two things that are changing when we talk about climate change: the precipitation and temperature. That causes also the associated hazards in terms of strong wind and major typhoons that are happening and occurring in different parts of our country. The sea level rise is one of the results of these climate changes, because the South Pole and North Pole melting of the ice that causes, of course, we can say that developmental programs also is one of the causes because of this conversion of land for developmental projects. But scientists actually mention that it is because of the changing of the weather condition. This also means stronger and more intense tropical cyclones or typhoons, as what we have experienced last 2021, Typhoon Odette. The Philippine government, as our response to climate change, enacted Republic Act 10-121. This is actually designed from the Yogo Framework for Action that was also formulated in Kyoto, Japan in 2005. This Republic Act 10-121 is an act strengthening the Philippine Disaster Reduction Management System. And there are 4 major components. It provides the Disaster Reduction Management Framework. It institutionalized our DRRM plan, and it appropriates funds and also for other purposes. We already have the disaster management presidential decree in the past, which was the PD 1566, but it doesn't provide us funds for disaster preparedness. We can only utilize that funds when there is a disaster already happening for disaster response, recovery, and rehabilitation. But now, with Republic Act 10121, we can already utilize local disaster risk reduction management fund from the barangay level, the city municipal, and the province local government units. There are 4 thematic areas in this Republic Act 10121 that focuses on disaster preparedness, prevention mitigation, response, recovery, and rehabilitation. For Southern Leyte disaster reduction management, we have these 18 municipalities and 1 city and 500 barangays. We are now expanding in terms of our population, and our government is very much concerned about the safety and security, considering that our province is prone to series of both natural hazards and man-induced. So the province of Southern Leyte is vulnerable from different hazards because of its geographical location. Is facing the Pacific Ocean, and every time there is a typhoon that is formed in the Pacific Ocean, then usually it will hit Southern Leyte in the Pacific towns and also at the Panaon towns and all other towns in the province, because all of our towns and 1 city are coastal city and municipalities, and we are always high risk to storm surges whenever there is strong typhoon coming. We have 93 rivers, of which 18 are major ones. So Bangdako is the biggest river in the province. We have also 1 active volcano. It's what I have mentioned earlier, the Mount Kabalian or Kabalian volcano. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources ranks Southern Leyte as number 7 as most landslide prone province in the Philippines. And this is actually the map for tsunami. If you could see the red colored in the map, those are the areas which are high prone to tsunami, and most of them are at the coastal. And the municipalities of Pinunangan and Pinundayan, and also in the Sugod Bay area. This is also the storm surge hazard map. And because of this, the scale is not small, it's big scale. We cannot really highlight the barangays and the municipalities, but all of the coastal areas are high risk to storm surge. We have experienced that storm surge during Typhoon Odette. Volcanic hazard map, of course, those municipalities that are near, aside from Kabalian, which is the highest vulnerable municipality in terms of volcanic eruption, those neighboring municipalities also are high risk to whenever this volcano in Kabalian will erupt. Liquefaction hazard map, you could see there are lots of areas here with high color, with red color, that are highly potential to liquefaction. This is the rain-induced landslide map. If you could see, almost all parts of Southern Leyte are in color red, which are high risk to landslide. Now, what our province and other local government units are doing in terms of strengthening our disaster reduction management. We formulated this framework for our DRM. We need to integrate our plan, not only for disaster reduction, but also for our local development plans, programs of the local government units, and other
Sir Danilo, I think he lost his connection. Let us wait for a minute. Maybe he'll come back to continue his discussion. Saka na si Kuya, may boss ba? Biglang talento tayo. True. Pwede po siya. Si Kuya.
Asa malapit. Asa may budget na.
Dara sa Kuya.
Dito na.
Palunggan pa. Welcome back, Sir Danny. You may continue your presentation, sir. We waited for you. Yes, sir. Please. You're muted, sir. You are muted. Please
Malang sila
unmute
mga-
your audio. Sir Dan, please unmute your audio.
What about that? Is that okay now?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. Sorry again for that. Um, Yes, and we also focus on environmental protection, civil safety and welfare. We cannot disregard this one because protecting our environment has a lot of implication when we talk about disaster reduction management. And we need to also consider sustainable disaster education, integrating disaster reduction management concept, ideas, and principles into the school curriculum so that our school children will learn what disaster reduction management all about, and they can also teach this to their peers, their neighbors at home, their families also. And one of the important components of this framework is also the context-based. When we do projects, programs, could be hard or soft components, it should be context-based. It should be based on what is the reality at the community level, what is their hazard, and how we can reduce the rest, the vulnerability of the people from that hazard. And we also base it on the past knowledge of the hazard events, the experiences of the community. That's why we apply the bottom-up approach, the whole of the community approach for this kind of DRRM in the province. We also have formulated a sustainable framework that the province, local government, and all members of the Provincial Disaster Reduction Management Council has to provide technical support and also capacitate our partner LGUs at the city, municipal, and the barangays, so that in the future,
Again, Sir Danny lost his connection, so thank you for your patience and understanding. We will allow him to continue his presentation. I believe he is almost done, so that we will be able to proceed with our last presenter for this afternoon. Please stand by for a minute again. Thank you. If you have questions or points of clarification, you may post your statements in our chat box, and you may address it to the speaker if you want to, or if you want to generalize, you may still write it on the chat box. Thank you. So please go and mute. Sinukalit ko.
May mga questions. Nagkakunta ka layo, no? Pumunta na ako. Nakapokus ang kaso. Question.
Okay, so let us not keep you waiting. We will be entertaining now questions from our virtual audience. I believe that we have questions posted in the chat box already. Maybe we would ask questions for Ma'am Christina Chu, the first speaker this afternoon. Do you have questions?
Okay. I-up ko na
Okay,
question.
Okay, we have, maybe this is a sentiment from, may I see the sender? From Mr. Galaxy 820, may you rename? So we may be able to know your identity for attending this afternoon. Please rename. Isa ka gamay. Parang sinigarin nyo niya wala na kabantay. Okay. I will read it to you, but later, sir or ma'am, please rename. So we may be able to identify you and recognize your LG. We experience, again, Ma'am Christina Chu, this question may be addressed to you because Sir Danny is not here. We experience here na lahat na apektuhan, may totally at partially, but sad reality na ang mga ayuda hindi nagkaroon ng fairness, I guess. Dapat lahat ng victims of calamity can avail alternatively. Kaya ang pangkabuhayan, lahat na destroy or damage, lahat naman tinamaan, but is not fair na natanan halos ayuda ay sa totally lang, mas daghan at balik-balik ang iba nandoon na tanan, excuse naglibog na ako. Because multilingual. Natanan panangalan, pero ang bahay o buhay ganon pa rin. Kaya ang ubang ayuda, giinom, sugal, gisayang lang. Kung naauntay, what is CI?
Not only tanong.
Mag-CI, not only tanong-tanong lang sa barangay council. Dapat ang pangkabuhayan ng pamilya tanawon po kung okay lang ba, maraming ayuda, wala makaabot sa uban, lalo sa Philippine Coconut Authority. Gipangadyoan kami og 100 pesos certification, pero wala na mo makita ang certification ug ang form gitaguan lang, wala na pasa adto sa PCA. Gitago lang sa barangay, maong usa lang ang nakalusot na tagaan sa 15K. I think this is an ayuda. Ma'am Christina?
Okay, hello.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, regarding sa question about ayuda, we all know nga na ay guidelines, no? So, kana na ay guidelines, okay, say hatagan, o say mga requirements to avail the ayuda from the national government. O kanang di man good ta pwede o kitay magbuot-buot. So, we need to abide with whatever guidelines nga ihatag sa taas. So, dili atong control, no? O kinsa ra. So, with regards to katong giingon bitaw o tanong-tanong lang sa barangay council, I guess gusto siguro sa nag-question nga ipa-ocular, no? Whoever is the one bracket tahay o muhatag og assistance will be the one who will make the ocular inspection on the status of the kuan kitahay na condition of the person nga napektuhan sa calamity, in which for me mas maadyo para masabtan jud og how affected that person or family, no? Then with regards to katubitang PCA nga certification, mangutana lang ko kung kinsa ilang gihatagan unja asa man ang resibo. So mura og questionably po na no nga kuan nga paghitabo na siya nga nangulikta og 100 o kinsa sila nangulikta nga gipangayo sa PCA sa PCA, no? Oh, asa naman ang kwarta ha? Ang gusto lang ko maibaw. Asa man na ro na sa barangay council, barangay treasurer. Oh. So, gusto lang na akong maibawan para at least maklaro na to or ma-endorse ko na to siya sa PCA, no? O with regard that kana nga matters kay kung daghan ang ninghatag dili ra 100 ako kadukita tong gibulsa if ever mao isang gustong ipaabot na to nga gibulsa ra ang mongkol. Okay, may I kuan sa kana may I hear from the person nga ninghatag sa question o napabas day further nga ipangutana?
Yes, Mr. or Miss Galaxy 820. Sir, can you scroll up so we could see whether or not still not renamed. But participant, sir, na-change na.
Daghang galaxy. No. Daghang mga universe.
If you know Mr. Galaxy 820, please help us identify. Sir or ma'am, we will be asking you to unmute, please speak, sir. So we will be clarified by your sentiment, if not a question.
Particularly, sir, particularly the barangay council on asa nga barangay, no? From what barangay man siya para ma-verify nato.
Mr. or Miss Galaxy 820, asa ka na barangay or LGU, ma'am or sir? Ay, wala, naka-on yung video. Hindi, naka-on yung video.
Naka-on dito yung video. Ano tanan? Ako
Ano siya?
babae.
Asa mo?
Hello, ma'am.
Kala si LG sa nawa?
Babae. Ano yung video?
Every now, sir.
Na-offer daw po.
Okay, marag mong taon.
Anak.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Unmute. Oh, naka-mute pa siya.
Please unmute your audio so we could hear you.
Ma'am, ang secretary sa barangay.
Secretary sa barangay,
Kami.
gipangaluan kami 100 pesos. Can you explain further, ma'am, what happened? Ma'am, ang secretary sa barangay gipangadjuan kami 100 pesos. Daghan halos mga victims ani sa among lugar Himay-angan, Liloan, Southern Leyte. Liloan, Southern Leyte sa Himay-angan daw, ma'am. Ang Presina.
Okay. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Okay, ma'am. Ang barangay secretary mo ay nangayo ni mo, ma'am, sa barangay Himay-angan. Daghan ba mo, ma'am, ang ipangayuan o kwarta
Bisag
during the time?
daghan kami halos gipangajuan. Yes, ma'am, daghan kami gipangajuan nasa among form logi attach ang 100 ang mga kwarta gi-attach sa mga form namo, pero wala mi kadawat og certification. Wala mi kadawat og certification, amo gikuha ang certification pero walay gihatag kay wala sila gihimo nga certificate. Ang uban naa pero ang uban wala. Pero
Imo na ni-
nagbayad kami ng 100 pesos.
Okay. Ma'am,
Yes,
imo na
ma'am.
ning gipadangat, ma'am, sa, for example, sa inyong barangay captain o baka dito sa kanang PCA, imo na ning gikuan na reklamo po.
Wala pa.
Ma'am,
Wala
ganun sa
pa
rin
kay
nahitabo.
wala pa.
Ganun sa rin nahitabo,
Netong
ma'am.
kuan pa naman sa Bagyo na audit. Pag
Bagyo
Bagyo
na.
sa audit, pag human. May mga
Mm.
katong taga PCA ni adto sila tapos mga jo man ang certification nga kining title or kuan nana kanang representative ka ba sa maong juta kay aron ang form na may gipilapan no form ato gihatag ato sa mga taga PCA pero
Balikating
wala
ni
to
sila,
sila
ma'am.
kahibaw. Ha?
Permit to cut, di
balikat
ba? O, sa
tong-
mga sila. Permit to cut sa mga
Kanang-
natumbang lubi.
Oo, katong sa mga naapektuhan sa mga lubi, then
Oo.
nagkuan to sila og naijota inana anja representative ka ba or ano pwede magpasa ato, then nangadyo og certification na kami kitay dili mi tag-isa sa juta or sa amo to mga ginikanan pa inana. Gipahimuan to og certification ng barangay, then 100 pesos ang bayad atong certification na wala mi kakita atong certificate og asa paingon, then naay nakakita karon lang mga January o mga February ba basta kini na year na nakakita nga ang among mga form tuwa sa barangay nakita ng uban mga nakakita sa among form tuara dito gi tan-ogan baw asa
Bali,
nila
ma'am.
gibutang nga mga file nila.
Kani nga certification nga imong pangayoon, ma'am, from the barangay ni ma'am. Or certification from PCA.
Oo. No, sa barangay na pangadyoon ang certification nga magpatunay nimo nga ikaw yung tenant or anak ka ng may-ari ng inana ba kay
Sige.
bali di ba
Sige, ma'am.
nakatuka naman na sa mga anak. Then
Okay,
nangadyo
ma'am.
og bayad 100
Pagpalihog.
tapos
Okay.
na
Sige, ma'am.
ganyan lang. Inana.
Ani lang,
Tapos,
ma'am,
Angkod
no?
karon, ma'am.
Oh.
Hangtod
Kanang-
karon
kuwan lang
wala
siguro,
may
ma'am,
nakakita
kanang-
akong certification.
Okay, sige ma'am. Kanang ma'am,
Mm.
pwede motuo lamang ka ma'am sa among kauban nga assign diha. Si Ma'am Yvonne Abad, no?
Oh, sila Ma'am Yvonne,
taga DILG
si
ma'am.
Ma'am, ano?
Yes ma'am.
Oo.
Ma'am Yvonne Abad
Oo.
ma'am.
At sila
MLGO
Ma'am
diha,
Mary, si
ma'am.
Ma'am Mary,
Sa palihog ko na ko ma'am
Nasayang ko, ma'am.
padangat sa imong kuan. Sige naman ma'am. Para naman po
Daghan
settle na to.
daghan halos baryo.
Sige lang. Sige ma'am, kanang palihog lamang ko ma'am og doon ni Ma'am Yvonne Abad at taga DILG na siya ma'am, MLGOO of Liloan para
Yan.
mahimuan siya ma'am og kanang maingon nato og klarong
Kahit last year
malalaman
pa to, ma'am.
sige naman ma'am, wa pa maka na masulbad. Para makuha nato ma'am
Bisan
ang side
last year
pod,
ni ma'am.
Yes ma'am. Para makuha na to ang
Kahit
side
last
ma'am
year
sa
pa ni?
barangay secretary or barangay. Yes ma'am, sige na ma'am. Ipadangat laman. Basin og mahatagan na og kasulbaran po dihan nakita. Okay
Okay.
ma'am.
Sige ma'am. Daghan man na biktima ani ma'am. Daghan
Sige
na
na
biktima
ma'am.
sa 100
Palihog
pero
lamang
wala
ko.
kakita og asa ang amo kuan.
Pero ngano pod ma'am
Sige po,
nga ning-abot
salamat.
ma'am. Ngano ning-abot magka
Oo.
pila ka tuig usa ning imong gipagawas na reklamo? Wa ba kay
Di kay kadto mang naa sa
giduolan nga opisina anong wa
Wala.
man mo ma-issuehi og certification from the barangay. Wa po ka mangutana ani right after, no? Nga ni submit or ni bayad mo anang 100.
nangutana mi og asa ra ang among certificate then katong sa aho laman bahin aho gi-withdraw to siya og hae ra gahong kwarta kay wa may gihatag nga certification tapos sige ra sila giingog onja pagkahuman niabot na laman ing naron nga tuig wa na laman mi nag-claim ato kay kaingon mamig ka ng wa bay unsa ba pero kaingon may gipasa lang to gipasa na pero wa man di ay to gipasa wa mi kakita sa certificate mismo wala.
Okay, sige
Ang
ma'am.
100
Palihog na lamang
amo amo 100 di butang sa form na amo gi fill upan. Yun lang.
Okay. Sige ma'am, palihog lamang ko ma'am ha.
Daghan
Kasi
victim ato.
mas dool man nimo ma'am si Ma'am Yvonne.
Yes,
Palihog
kailan
lamang ko ma'am. Yvonne mo. Sige
Sige
ma'am.
po.
Palihog ko ma'am. Okay.
Ma'am sorry ma'am sorry pasensya na hisgutan man kay kato lagi sa disaster man.
Sige ma'am. Okay lang ma'am.
Okay, daghang salamat. Ma'am Galaxy A20. Still, we do not know her identity, but at least we saw her face. Napay mga pangutana. Palihog daw, chat sa chat box. Sir De Vera. Okay, do we have now Sir Danny? Sir Dan, are you with us na?
Hello sir.
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Okay. Actually, before ko ganina ning answer sa question, ning call si Sir Danny na ho, expressing sa ijang kuan nga lisod kaayo ang iyang internet connections pero mo try si Ja until such time nga okay pa ko na ang time. Pero kung kuan na mura og walay oras, moingon na laman siya nga kuan na kutob na laman siya didto kuan nga iyang ma-share nga information or kuan sa aning kuan nga Zoom, no? Mo to ijang tuyo na ho nga itawag siya kanina.
Okay, daghang salamat Ma'am Christina. Napay pangutana. Chat box, we will be scrolling up. Basin na apa. Okay. Basin na ganahan mangutana nga ganahan mo storya. Please raise your hand lang na ay reaction. Pwede ka makaklik dira o raise your hand para ma-recognize ka sa ganahan mo storya. Napa ba? Mingaw naman. Nakatuog na bata? Natay pangutana from Thomas Opos, CSO from Thomas Opos. Murag napingna mo na dyan pangutana. Ma'am? Sige, ulisin na sila. Please unmute your audio so we can hear you. Ma'am, from CSO Thomas Opos, do you have questions? Namoy pangutana? Turn on palihog. Ay, wala. Okay. Sorry, thank you. Napa ba? From Macrohon, Ma'am Emily sa Alvadra, do you have questions? Nag-video okay? I feel na okay session. I sorry. I think Ma'am Emily is on a meeting. Ma'am Evelyn Mundana, do you have a question, ma'am? Wala. LGU San Juan. May pangutana, ma'am? Wala. Okay. Ma'am Galaxy A20, ma'am, thank you for raising your concerns. We will be taking note of those. So please na lang po og duol sa authority na within your municipality para ma-address ang inyong concern. Okay? I guess that is all. We do not have...
Sir,
yes.
Sir, I have... Okay. Can we get the name of Galaxy A20? Para...
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, Galaxy A20, pwede i-chat mo yung ngalan sa chat box. Ma'am, please i-chat imuhang name. Or imuhang ma'am, Galaxy A20, please ko type on dyan, i-send nila sa chat box. Sir. Okay. Ma'am Christina, ito na lang huwatan nga mag-send si Ma'am Galaxy A20.
Okay, sir.
So we can
Okay, sir.
we can
Thank
proceed
you.
with our next. Thank you very much, Ma'am Maria Cristina Chu, for the valuable inputs and for answering a concern from one of our participants this afternoon. So for the executive call, for the I na-unmute. Okay, sorry. For the executive call for the wala. Okay, so for the CSO's response, we have here the CSO Provincial Federation President, Sir Jonas Mako, to hear his response for this afternoon's discussion. Sir.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jats. Kulansataan, mga kagaturan, sa ato ang mga naminaw, via online, ato ang mga partners sa local government unit, kaya ang ato ang provincial director nga si PD at dito nagitan. Daghang salamat sa inyong pag-invite namo. And for on behalf sa ato ang CSOs diri at Townhall Leyte, in fact nanami mga initial discussion, Mr. Junel, para ang kaning ato ang programa all about disaster preparedness para maging resilient ang tanan atong pinag-ipaabot not only sa ato ang mga local government units but also atong i-engage ang ato ang mga partner CSOs nga diin dako kayo sila og tabang para makakontribute sa ato ang probinsya sa Southern Leyte. Ako lang mo i-share gamay nga naaman nagpunta sa Red Cross, nagtrabaho ato lang nagsudan ang ato ang pagbisita sa tanang mga munisipyo and nagsugod na po tagbisita sa tanang mga barangays diri sa Masin City para atong i-promote ang listo, operational listo sa DILG and atong Philippine Red Cross Board sa Southern Leyte chapter na atay gitawag nga alisto Southern Leyte, which means andam, lipon, inteligente nga mga taga Southern Leyte aron tapos makatindog sa bisan unsang obstakulo. And by that, tanang na mga trainings all about disaster in partnership with the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction, kita mutabang aron maka-create ang mga volunteers, and hindi lamang sila volunteers but also mga trained volunteers para kung ay mga disasters, kabalo sila kung sa angay nilang buhaton, what to do before, during, and after the disasters. And later on, kung ipadayon, mo go doon na punta sa matag CSOs sa atong probinsya. In fact, na ako'y na istorya na usang presidente sa ato sa San Francisco mag-celebrate sila sa ilang anniversary sa agricultural subdivision and naratay pagamuhaton nga disaster preparedness education program para ma-aware po na ilang mga grupo kung sa angay nilang buhaton as a group and as concerned province diri sa atong probinsya sa Southern Leyte. So rest assured nga atong duolon ang matag CSOs dili man ang kumakain ang tanan pero ang palikamutan sa tabang sa atong probinsya sa Southern Leyte kay tungod sa CSO wala man nagtay pondo para ma-maximize nato ang opportunities makipag-coordinate, makikimayo tabang sa ato ang provincial government, Damian Gaviola Mercado, and of course ato ang probinsya diri sa Department of Interior Local Government. Akong tapusin sa pag-commit nga kami sa CISO mutabang yun sa tawag sa DILG para sa ato ang operation listo para always ang andam nga mo atubang sa mga disasters nga maabot sa probinsya sa Leyte. Salamat ug maayong hapon grabe.
Okay, daghang salamat Sir Jonas, and for the efforts in promoting resiliency during, before, and after disasters, and helping improve the disaster governance of our province. So, aside from CSO, we also have a response from our media team beside me. First to share his response is from Philippine Information Agency, Southern Leyte. We have Sir Marcelo Pedalino, sir.
Okay, madyo ako sa tanan sa mga audience sa Zoom, o diri sa Gwatch sa DILG, sila na dito nakita at ang provincial director. Kami sa Philippine Information Agency, ang taga ng kinunay ang among mandate mo ang pag-disseminate, no, pagpakailap sa mga kasayunan. Ang bintahan Bagyo, mintaha kutan ko. Layo pa, may bawa naman natin ng Talyabo. Busa nag-aso-aso na nila yung mga advisories, mga warnings, nga dito sa na mo gikuha sa mga kasaligan, tinundan sa atong Provincial Disaster Management Office, sa Kasa, binatali, bisusulan mga advisories. Amo sa na ipakanat para tanang mga local government units, mga munisipyo down to the barangay level. Ang mga kita sa gingon pa rin nakita niya na wala naman tayo excuse kaya sa technology karon maabot namin yung tanan. Ang kanang pagpaabot mo na yung sa among mga gibuhaton o hinaot lamang ta na magkapungan ng bagyo. Ang atong na lang natay gitawag na zero casualty. Anong po casualty mo lang managpian na sama. Zero fatality yun. Ganang fatality kay patayan ng fatality. So, zero fatality. Tao na pag-ilos, fatality. O na itong damgo, manggal, no? O itong mahimuna ko ng mga katawhan, tanan, mga Sololiteños, empowered sila sa mga kasiyuran na fake news, mga kasiyuran na naggikan sa kasaligan tinundan. Kita naman, init kayong panahon na tulong adlaw pa ganin, may muna tayo, ano siya nagsignal ang biro naman na rinit naman. Gidahom na nga mawag bagyo, o maligig bagyo, kaning lihit bagyo. Padong sa babaw, padong sa ubos. Ang tatamang pasarapan, pero kita na yung ingon nga, sakit na naun, sakit na yung mga warning. kita na may masunod. Pero mao man ang atong kultura, ato naman ang Ginoo, no? That's part of the territory. Pero sa among bahay, sa PIA sa local media, amo yung paningkamutan na maabot ang information, real-time information as it well is. Pero mo lagi na, sipat man ang bagyo. Salamat naman tagdi kung naigo, no? O naigo nga nagkadoon ng bagyo sa Pilipinas, may na lang ang Pilipinas nagpalayo sa bagyo. So, sumot ang bagyo o kang linog, no? Ang naging mahimo na kay pagking babantayan ng linog, doon ang linog sa laon. Wala na sa Meslia. So, mauna among rule yun, no? Magpadalan yun o mga information, real time na yung mga information as much as possible, as early as possible. Parang may sa early warning process na nasa media sa disaster and after, tamang sa mga okay kayo sa tanan, nato pangutana ni ma'am ganyan, hinaot mahatagan ko kasumbaran kay after at the end of the day, lehitimo masiguro sa itong iyang concern. So, hinaot taga masunod dito. Apel sa saan mong gibaton ng kapadanan may mga issues and concern na at ko'y lusot sa mga hintugdan nga matubag po para matagbaw ang tanan. Di, manggaling matubag, nasa laman na ito kayo ang solusyon. So, mauna na muna na o sa mga kausap pa, madugapon atong tanan.
Okay, daghang salamat Sir Bong. Murag hapit magihorot na siguro nimo ang istorya guys mga media. Pero na pa ni ipuno ang atuhang representante sa Radio Pilipinas sugod Miss Dalia Orel.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank the DILG for inviting me sa kining activity. And as news reporters sa one of our government radio station sa Southern Leyte, we commit nga padayon ang among serbisyo publiko sa atong mga listeners, especially during typhoon and calamities, kay ubay-ubay yun ang mag-monitor nato sa mga radyo. In fact, nato'y tayong sa deto nga medyo nagapektuhan po lagi ang atong istasyon kay kini natay problema gamay sa antena, transmitter. So ubay-ubay yun ang nangita og update. No? So from time to time, we give updates at itong mga suking paminaw, at mga listeners online. Mamahimo mo nga mo like and follow sa atong page, ang Radyo Pilipinas Sugod, ay ang atong mga reporters, no? Covered yun ang Tibok Southern Leyte. So, gibahin-bahin yung mga reporters para na-dyan scope ang kada usa namo. So, matutukan yun ang kada lungsod sa atong lalawigan. So, rest assured nga naarami kauban ang atong national government agencies and other stakeholders paghatag og angayan nga masayran nga impormasyon sa atong mga katawhan dinhi sa atong lalawigan. Once again, daghang salamat ug mayong hapon kanatong tanan.
Okay, thank you Ma'am Dalia. We also have here the President of the Associated Media of Southern Leyte. We have Sir Jade Nombrado.
Daghang salamat sa invitasyon sa Lagitan at Provincial sa DILG na inunili ng mga kalihukan na kung itabang na nasa paghatag po information distribution pinamahin sa resources kay sa mga importante labi na sa mga CSO kay dito bilis pinakaubos kung katiliban niya siguro maghisgot na disasters niya yung sumog ng ayuda sa daran matagaan katong mga registered ng mga CSO. Ay siguro po kung ganitong mga CSO na dili pa registered, matabangan sila, aron ma-appeal mo sila sa ayuda kay mo din sa mga problema na to sa mga CSO na dili pa registered sa mga AMSL. Na sila ng ayuda, usahay sa labang isutan ba kining asarang pa ang mga naigsunan nga nagkinahanglan po ayuda na sa kaning mga fishermen, mga farmers, nagdaghan mo sila
sa tilang kalamigan sa Leyte nga kinahanglan o pagrehistro. Siguro ato na yung mga tabangan po noon, pinag-registro sa DILG sa mga municipal. Kunya, kini sa disaster, sa kanisunan dyan na sa domain nga mahimo, manghakal ka o number of affected families, individual. Tapos ganito, siguro nga mo na yun ang total kay nahimong kontrobersyal ato kalamigan sa Leyte sa niyang hatag ko ngayon na kay daghan man ang matagay sa dili sa to nga numero nga napasa kadto sa nasyonal. Siguro para malikayan kung mahimo dili siguro dali pagkuha sa data kay continue isurat sa mga barangay official mabuko alam isurat kanang pisista kay lain ang gibasihan. Siguro ako sa lisma kaya concern pwede mahimong may nga problema labi na sa mga kalisod labi na makikita na taga pero na taga 5K, 10K o 12 kaya tinibisura kanya mga puli mga sin labi na yung mga basta yung mga ayuda pero lain ang mga tinawan nakaisa ko ba
Okay, daghang salamat Sir Jay. O karon we are almost done but for now may we call in Sir Junel Anyabesa for the synthesis and of course the closing remarks.
Okay, good afternoon na sa nangyayari sa online onliners. Okay, okay, closing remarks. But before na mag-close, gusto din ko salamat sa mga onliners na iyakaroon. Amo ang panunod sa DILG is ang mga trabaho lumatulong sa mga barangay officials in terms of disaster preparedness, mahimo na silang successful pinaagi sa CS. So akong hinumduman na kanang barangay officials pila na sa kabuo, whereas ang kamo ng mga CSOs nag-represent po sa kalagahan ng mga nabulog sa ng barangay. So atong tabangan kaya atong purpose is to save life and property. So in times of mga kalistanan, is may mga tinabangay kita barangay kung mga taga-solidate. So mauna na kami sa DILG, pasalamat din ang sanong mo sa invitation para ng aning Provincial Dagyaw 2023 sa fostering multi-sectoral convergence through social accountability na yung mga lain-lain grupo from religious sector, na yung mga CSO, na yung mga cooperatives, na yung mga from academic, na mga organizations. So daghan pa. And hindi na rin mao'y katapusan nga Dagyaw kay series of consultations sila online naman kay murag mas accessible, mas dali na ito ni buhaton. Nakapatay mga next ng mga activities sa kama ni Ani, dili inapod disaster preparedness. So sa inyong nahibawaan ng DILG, mutabang mga capacity puhon sa mga people's organizations. So kining mga CSO na may pinaagi sa DILG National and Regional Office, natay klase sa capacity development program kung kami push nga na kay si partner for local governance CSO dako kalis matabang. So mao ni nagpasalamat good way sa mga panelists nga diri karon tabang medyo sila og pasabot sa existence. Okay, kita gi-obserbahan po sa regional level through the Philippine Information Agency and DILG Regional Office sa atong pagbuhat sa Dagyaw. Kita naman provincial po Pilipinas nagbuhat man yan ni Dagyaw para doon pagtabang sa multi-sectoral convergence, especially sa mga civil society organizations. So kami din sa DILG, very fortunate may kay karang ka-aptika sa partner na muni sa akong natagol recognition. Ang request sa Pini Dani, third, ang mga certificate, sir. Ang pasalamat tanong kay pag-unsa mo DILG o pwede silang mga pihan. So sa mga invitation. Yan. So yan. So ang akong kinapustan kay kini po silang organization that Gwatch Incorporated. Sila po ni always moderator sa regional level Dagyaw. Yan. Very happy to fortunate sa DILG na kaya nga Gwatch our very own solid Leyte nga taga government watch. So thank you very much, sir. Excuse me, si Sir Jimar D. Mori of the G1 of the Ladies Campus. Certificate of appreciation is awarded to G1 Incorporated for sharing his time, sharing the time, expertise as moderator in the conduct of Provincial Dagyaw 2023, fostering multi-sectoral convergence through social accountability in disaster preparedness held on March 23, 2023 at LGRC Function Hall, DILG, Southern Leyte, Maasin City, Southern Leyte, signed Danilo Ilagitan, DILG Provincial Director. So now the certificate is specifically for Sir Jemar B. Mori of Gwatch. Yan.
Salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Gwatch. Of course, ato po hatagan o appreciation ang Associated Media of Southern Leyte. O gani ang kanila po Southern Leyte, ang parang media of faith organizations, hindi mo sa association para dali access sa partnership with media. So, thank you very much, Associated Media of Southern Leyte, with Sir Jimmy Brado, the President of Southern Leyte Associated Media. Thank you very much.
Happy New Screen.
Okay, so thank you po, of course, ang atong People's Council represented by the Philippine Red Cross. Yan po din active nato as panelists. Ninatag ko sa isang commitment to participate in the health Southern Leyte. Of course, ay Sir Jonas Manco of BRC Southern Leyte.
Daghang salamat po.
Thank you, sir. We would also like to give this certificate of appreciation to PIA Southern Leyte through Sir Marcelo Pedalino, sir. Of course, para sa active participation as a panelist ko sa ating ibang organizasyon.
Daghang salamat, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. And of course, kaya po ang certificate given to Radio Pilipinas. Of course, with Ma'am Dalia A. Adela Orit. Thank you very much, ma'am, for pag-attend sa among invitation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Daghang salamat po.
Thank you. Salamat.
And kung sa mga participants na iyakaroon nila ang ating mga certificates ng para
Looking
and
forward.
please, yung energy ng mga i-access nito sa kay para makakalawa mga certificates of participation para sa mga CSA. Okay, so with that, siguro nasulti na nato tanan ato kong i-recognize for sa mga research speakers. There is si Dr. Danilo L. Atienza, PDR mo Southern Leyte, sir. Kabalik na lang yung certificate, sir. And of course, LG05, Maria Cristina Bicho, of DILG Southern Leyte. So thank you, Kaadyo, ma'am, sa inyong paghatag o kating awan sa mga pagkutala mga sa disaster preparedness. Okay, so siguro yung mga pagkutala niya, concerns, magkita-kita sa sunod na Dagyaw, open government activity para mag-iusap, para magtinapangay ka sa kalambuan sa inyong barangay, sa inyong lungsod o kinta. This is all for Southern Leyte. So thank you very much. Ang pimutan, see you soon. Thank
you, DILG.
Pwede na mga screenshot sa mga participants.
Screenshot na tayo dito sa buwan.
Sir, ang sir, participant, picture, ang picture.
O screenshot.
Mga dali lang, nakapaman.
Let me cover your passport.
Hinaut nga hatagan og mga hinabang ang mga preserve.
Rodrigo na.
Bago na.
Rodrigo na ho, I think.
Libag mo niya ako yung floor.
Ano? God man ka na. Ano yung bagets pa man.
Yan daw naman.
Yan, di ba?
In 1, 2, 3, smile. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Ada pa. Para sa ako.
Kaya Pes Bandilyo ha?
Silpe. Oh.
Ano ni?
Oh, ano na siya, ma'am? Oh. Halor mo din.
Ilan naman ilan so? Ilan naman side sa ha?
Ah,
1, 2,
Kahapon mo na
3,
lipan.
smile. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Ano kaya may akong masingatan yung